I believe in the existence of some things that I can't actually see with my eyes, and I'll bet that you do too. I can't see the wind, for example, but I believe in it. I see how it changes and affects things. I believe in the oxygen that I'm breathing right now, but I can't see it. I believe that Alexander the Great was once alive, and even though I've never seen him, I know that the artifacts that we've found prove that he actually did exist. And I believe in Jesus Christ as God's Son, because even though I've never met him in the flesh, I see the effects that he's had on people and on the world. And so I also believe in the kingdom of God, as Jesus referred to it in the things that he said. And whether or not you believe that Jesus walked on earth and did the things that he did, doesn't change the fact that he actually did walk on the earth and that he did those miracles. And whether or not you believe that the kingdom of God is real, doesn't change the fact that it is. Jesus spoke to people in parables, which were short, simple stories that he used to illustrate a moral or a spiritual lesson. I'd like to talk for a minute about one particular parable that Jesus told, which will bring us to our Bible verse for today. Jesus talked about the kingdom of God quite a bit, and because he did, his listeners were very curious about what the kingdom of God was like. So Jesus gave us a number of examples, and in one of them, he said that the kingdom of God is like a man who goes out to his field and scatters seed day and night. When he's awake and when he's sleeping, that seed is growing and sprouting. How it grows, he really doesn't know, but it grows. The land produces these little shoots, and then the ear, and then the full grain in the ear. And when his crop is ready to be harvested, the farmer starts to reap. Jesus said that the kingdom of heaven can be compared to that man who sowed the good seed in the field. But then something strange happened. While everyone was sleeping, the farmer's enemy came and sowed some weeds among the wheat. When the new wheat sprouted and ripened, the weeds grew up with it. The people who were working in the field went to the owner of the land and said, "Sir, wasn't the seed that you sowed in your field good seed? If it was good seed, where did the weeds come from?" He told them that there must have been some enemy who came in and sowed the weeds. So his workers asked him if he wanted them to go and get rid of the weeds, but he said no, because when you pull out the weeds, you might also pull out some of the good wheat with it. He told them to let them both grow until the harvest, and at the harvest time, he'll tell the reapers to first collect the weeds and bundle them and burn them, and then harvest the wheat and take it to the barns. So here's the interpretation, which brings us to our Bible verse for today in Matthew chapter 13, verse 38. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The sower of the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom of God, and the weeds represent the people of the enemy who sowed it, the devil. And finally, the harvest represents the end of the world. The reapers are the angels. Well then, just as the weeds are gathered up and burned in the fire, so it's going to happen at the end of time. The Son of Man will send his angels, and they'll gather out all those who do evil and throw them into the blazing furnace. Then the good seed, the good crop, will shine in the kingdom of God. Jesus finished the parable by saying that anyone who has ears should listen. So even for people who don't believe the moral of this little story, that the parable actually represents what is happening in the world today, it doesn't mean if you don't believe it that it's not real. After all, we can't see the wind, but we have no doubts that it's really there. Let's keep our eyes wide open to what's happening in the world today, and let this parable impact our lives the same way Jesus wanted it to impact the lives of the people listening to him way back in the day. Who do you belong to? To God who created you? Or have you given your mind over to the other ruler of this world? That's the choice we all have to make, and that's our Bible verse for today. Thanks for listening, and if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, thank you for doing that right now. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for another verse for the day.